Let's talk about studio comfort. This is a topic that's rarely ever talked about amongst voice actors. Normally, we're so output oriented. We want the best quality audio, we want the best quality gear, all these things, the soundproofing, and that makes a lot of sense. I lived in a wooden box. I recorded in a wooden box studio for 8 years, and it was so bad that laundry would be doubled because I would sweat profusely. I would try to get by using a fan that I would press once in a while. I even bought the Opolar 9 that Booth Junkie recommended, and I think in some situations that could be great. I personally don't find it useful for my uses. With a condenser microphone, it can still be heard. It is going to really raise your noise floor to about -40. And if you want to be professional, you want a noise floor of -60 dB or lower. And so with comfort, that was one of the first things that I thought about when I had this new studio constructed. It is not a wooden box anymore, thankfully. So I just want to show you really quickly that over there says 27 degrees. So actually it's pretty cold in here. And are you getting any sense that it is hot in here or that the AC is affecting my audio? That is an LG split type air conditioner, 1 horsepower inverter, at its lowest setting. And I love it. It can get really cold in here. I can control the temperature all day. There was a point that I loathed going into my studio. I love voice acting. I really do. But the comfort in my studio was so uncomfortable that there were just days that I dreaded walking into that sauna. I'm like, it's another one of those days. And especially when it's hot, when it's summer, I do not want to go in there. Summer high noon is the worst. So here we are with better ergonomics, much more comfort. Please consider your studio comfort when you are building a studio. Brief disclaimer, this AC setup is only possible if you have a wide distance between the AC and your microphone. If you do it up close, your mic is definitely going to pick it up, especially if it's a condenser microphone. Now, given that the signal-to-noise ratio right now is actually pretty darn good, and I would say professional and definitely usable, if I used something like the Shure SM7B or another dynamic microphone, it would be practically undetectable. Yeah, I actually tried it with the Behringer XM8500. Yeah, it's not on right now. I could turn it on. And there we go. And this is how it sounds here. And I see nothing at the noise floor. It is silent. Dynamic microphones are great for that sort of thing. So we're going to put it aside now. So signal to noise ratio and comfort, those are actually very connected. When considering your comfort, you have to consider, okay, I'm going to introduce a fan. I'm going to introduce AC here. How much noise is that introducing into the recording? You want to introduce as little noise as possible, if any at all. My tip, I strongly suggest get a dynamic microphone. That's one thing you can do. Get quiet AC. That's another thing you can do. Keep your mic far apart from your AC. Sound insulation. Sound insulation is actually almost very closely related to heat insulation. Some people really equate those two words. Now, when we decoupled this studio, okay, basically creating a room within a room so that it's separate from the rest of the building, meaning it is impervious to the outside sounds. What happens actually is, aside from soundproofing, you are kind of heat proofing. I can stay here with the AC off for an hour without sweating at all. So yeah, those are just some things to consider, and hopefully you guys consider comfort when designing your next home pro studio. Take care. Have a great day, and God bless.